Hey everyone, it's Ripper here. I got another video for you today. This one really pisses me off. It should piss everyone out there off. The student in this video is apprehensive about being identified, so I have changed the voices in the video.
I have something I can use to change the voice.
I can also change it to something like this, or something like this.
Or this.
So anyway, I've changed the voices. I just tell you, this student is less than 6 feet tall, less than 200 pounds. He is told by this administrator that people are physically scared of him. This student has twist. For those of you that don't know, it's a hairstyle. This student was kicked out of school. I can also tell you that before he was kicked out of school, he was kicked off of campus for a day. He had to stay outside in the freezing weather all night. He had nowhere to go. He sat out all night below freezing. He couldn't sleep, he said. It was too cold. He sat outside all night because he had nowhere to go, because he's from out of state. He didn't have anyone in the state of Kansas that he could go to their place or call that he could get out of the cold. And it gets pretty cold in January in the state of Kansas. I have the statements from some of the coaches who were involved in this. It's 3 white coaches. There was a witness, a white female student. When I read the statements of the coaches, they don't match the statement from the white student. The white female whose statement I have, she has nothing to gain by telling the truth. The coaches, who must have some kind of medical background, because one of the coaches diagnoses the student, says that he's a psychopath, he's deranged, he hears voices in his head. All of these kinds of things is what it says in this statement. They have a lot of reasons to lie because they were the aggressors in this. That's what the statement of the female says, and that's also the story that the student has told me. But the student gets kicked out. I don't know what happened to the coaches. I assume they're still employed there. It's pretty disturbing. So I'm going to let you watch the video. I have blurred out the video so that you cannot tell anything because, like I said, the student does not want to be identified at this point. And in the future, I will put the statements. I will do a video with the statements in the future. And I'm going to start making phone calls to the school and see what kind of answers we can get from the school. I doubt we'll get any, but I will try. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
I know one question is, when you made your decision and stuff like that, like after you made your decision, you said like this, because like when you was talking to me, I couldn't really think. You was just like, maybe this place isn't for you. Like, why do you think this place isn't for me?
I mean, because it seems like you have run-ins around campus.
But you're only talking about one situation.
I know, but I mean, I don't know, I just don't feel like this place is a fit for you.
Because of what some people said about me?
I mean, and the way people react when you talk to them, I mean, you send messages to people asking for more money, like there's like a...
That's not true.
Okay.
You even know that's not, you just said that's not true. I didn't send people messages asking for money. You read the statements of them saying that they asked me, what does it take for me to leave? So why you like putting them?
What did you send them?
Who is that?
To...
Oh, I told him that what happened in the beginning was wrong. I didn't tell him I need more money.
Okay.
I
misunderstood that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just don't think that's fair that you think that this place, like, you basing that statement based off one situation. You said I had a bunch of run-ins around campus when it's just been one situation that started once I quit.
Okay. Like I said, I can't, it's really about, I can't monitor what you're doing, and I'm not going to monitor what you're doing.
But I'm not asking for a monitor.
I mean, I got a message just an hour ago that you were this morning. And so, yeah, you have a right to meet with but, you know, I can't worry about where you are all the time.
But what's the reason of worrying about where I am?
Because people are physically afraid of you.
Physically afraid of me?
The coaches still say they're afraid of you. So I have to know where you are. That's why I created that restriction in the first place, so you wouldn't be near them.
So even though a witness came forward and told you that they trying to harass me, you still saying that you're defending them because they're physically afraid of me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get how that? Do you get how that doesn't make any sense, right?
I understand.
Like you supposed to be protecting me. You know, you're the student of. You supposed to be protecting me.
I understand.
And y'all are stereotyping me based off the way I look. They're afraid of me because of my physical features and the way I look. And you're saying that I don't belong here because they're afraid of me for the way I look.
Well,
physically. You said physically
really,
afraid
when it
of me.
comes down to it, there was a situation, and then 72 hours later, you violated what we talked about. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, but
Like, I think that if we do this, then in 2 weeks there's gonna be another violation. In another 2 weeks, it's just gonna be little things that add up, and I'm not willing to deal with that.
you're not willing to like stand up for me, basically.
Basically,
That's
at this point, yeah.
but that's just not making sense to me because you're supposed to be working for me. And
I don't work for you. I work for the benefit of all students.
for not for me, but just like I'm a student, so I'm saying me because I'm in your face, like talking to you.
I understand.
But it's like you're protecting them and you're on their side, even though a witness came forward and told you the full truth. So I just don't understand. It's just not making sense. Like you basically saying like, oh, this situation, it might drag on longer. These people might keep harassing him. They're scared of him. So it's just like I don't want to deal with this. Let me kick him out instead of giving consequences to the coaches.
Well, and I don't deal with the coaches, and so that's being dealt with. I don't know what's going on there because it's not my purview. But the suspension came from you violated what I directly asked you not to do.
Yeah, but that violation wouldn't have came if I wasn't on probation in the first place of something I didn't do.
That's why you need to appeal to the president. Like, I'm not.
But why aren't you? I'm just saying, like, it's like you're trying to be lazy.
I'm not trying to be lazy. I think you both were somewhat at fault for that situation, and that's my deduction from the information. That's why you were put on probation for violating the code of conduct.
Why was I at fault? Like, what made you think that I was at fault? Like, what do you think I did?
Because you argued back. You failed to follow the direction of a college official when they ask you to turn the music down. Even if there's not a sign up, if someone asks you to turn the music down that works here, that represents the institution, then you're supposed to do it. I've done it on campus. I tell people to turn their music down or turn their music off.
Okay.
So that escalated, then that kept escalating, going back and forth. So I think you were still at fault. I'm not saying you were going to get in a fight, but I think you're in violation of the code.
But
that's why I placed you on probation and restricted you.
Following officials. When you put me on probation, you didn't the coach for telling me to turn the music down. Now, see, that would have been different if y'all would have came to me and first. But you put on the thing. So
they felt threatened because
of my physical.
Because of the escalation of the conversation.
But you know they approached me, right, and got in my face, and the coach had to hold them back from me.
And that's why. There's two. There's still. You just need to talk to the president. Like there's no more with us.
I'm just okay. There's no more with us. I just want to just come like so I don't tell the president or anybody else something different.
Right.
Because I might have heard something different. I might have said something like you didn't really say.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you hear yourself talking, but I don't know if it's making sense to you. I just don't understand. Like I'm like really scratching my head because it's like you're really trying to. It's like you're not even like helping me or with me. It's like you're just trying to get rid of me because you don't want to do. It's like you don't want to do your job like to the fullest.
Well, I can't be everywhere, and when you're put on restriction, and then the first day you're on restriction, you violate that restriction, then that to me just says that I don't need to follow you around. That you're not a part of this campus community anymore.
That you saying that says I'm saying that to you?
That's what this is the whole situation is saying to me.
No, I don't know, man. It's like you going back and forth and then trying to like justify because the more we talk, it's like you bringing up different stuff from the meeting as to reasons why you put me on probation. You said the reason why you put me on probation now is because the coaches told me to turn my music down.
Well, and then that escalated the situation. You still had a verbal disagreement with the coaches.
I had a verbal disagreement for three males trying to grab me, come and approach me in my face. So what do you expect me to do in a situation if I'm cornered by 3 coaches and they're not letting me go nowhere? Like, what do you expect me to do? I just want to know.
I mean, you should try to remove yourself from the situation.
That's not even realistic. You can't just tell me to get up and just try to remove myself from a situation when I got 3 to 4 coaches in my face. It's just not making sense. Like
you just at this point you need to talk to the president.
I'm just trying to get all the information out of you, so I just know like where you stand because it's just whatever you saying, man. It's just not making sense. Like it's like I don't know. It's really not. Like I'm at loss for words. You basically saying I'm guilty for letting them come in my face.
I'm saying that you were both at fault.
How can you say that I'm at fault when I'm the victim?
I don't think you were the victim. I think that there was a disagreement between 4 individuals.
And did I threaten them? Or, like, a disagreement is what we're doing right now. This is a disagreement.
I know, it's a disagreement discussion, yes.
So why? So
And then I mean, I just holistically there was something that happened. There was a violation of the code. I feel there's a violation of the code. I feel that.
so
I think there's still an imminent threat. Coaches don't even want to come to work now because you're on campus.
that has nothing to do with my. They just doing it because they know I'm gonna get kicked out. And like you read in the statements, they just doing it because they know I'm gonna get kicked out for one. I didn't threaten them. A girl was there who saw the whole thing and heard the whole thing, and that you fully trust that girl. I don't know that girl like that. So why am I still being accused of trying to threaten these people when they came up to me? If they're so threatened, why did they come up to me?
Well, I gave the president all the information, all the stuff that I gave you, and then she's gonna make the final determination.
That